the little lag. Maybe I got to clean that up. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Sooner or Later podcast. I'm your host, Joey Guevara, and for episode 110, we're reviewing Bodies, 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 directed by Helena Rain, Regin? No, I'm going Regin, and screenplay by Sarah Delap. Story, man, there's some motherfucking names on this list. I should have been looking at it. Story by Kristen Rapanian. Cinematography by Jasper Wolf, edited by Taylor Levy and Julia Block. Music by Disaster Piece. Production companies are 2AM and A24. Distributed by A24 in North America and China. Stage 6 Films and Sony Pictures Releasing International. With release dates of March 14, 2022 at South by Southwest and August 5th, 2022 in the wider United States. And a runtime of 95 minutes. We weren't able to find the budget, but it has, as of 8/14/2022, made $3.6 million at the box office. Bodies, Bodies, Bodies has a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes with 144 critics reviews and 77% audience score with 100 plus verified ratings. And you're about to find out our spoiler-free...
See the critics' consensus for Day Shift.
Yeah, it didn't really matter.
It didn't deserve it.
I didn't really care enough for it to matter. All right, we're talking about Bodies, though.
Okay.
Bodies. I'm really interested to see what my cousin thinks about this, because this is her generation.
Zoomers?
Yeah, she could be one of those girls, I guess.
Zoomer coomers?
Assuming they're all 20, 25, 24. Or I guess when do you graduate college? When you're
22?
20. Yeah.
22 is when you typically. But you know, if you do 6 years, you're gonna, of course, graduate a little later. I like this movie a lot. This movie was really good. The movie going experience was terrible, but I thought this movie was hilarious. I was cackling.
Yeah, I was laughing my ass off.
The kills were really good. They were the perfect amount of gruesome. The storytelling was fine.
Bro, I know I'm a scaredy cat, dude, but the whole time, dude, I was legit tense. I was fucking anxious. I was scared. I was oh my god, they're about to do something. Dude, I was almost doing this, man.
Oh no.
So I mean,
was what's going on?
Then it did its job.
Yeah, exactly.
This movie was tension all over the fucking place, which is really nice.
They do a good job of keeping you on your toes the whole movie, which is interesting, and I think that's its biggest thing for it. You watch it and you're along for the ride. That's the best way to kind of put it. And I just think overall, the movie that they set out to make, I think they made it, and they made it well. A lot of times you watch a movie and it's oh, okay, I guess that's the movie they wanted to make, but it's done poorly, or they make poor choices. Throughout this whole movie, I was oh, okay, that's interesting. I see where they're coming from. And it's just I enjoyed every twist and turn.
Yeah, I think it was kind of a shit trailer because I like the movie better. But I guess it's also a good trailer because they didn't show the movie.
Did you see a trailer for this movie? I don't even remember.
I saw this trailer so
trailer
many times, dude.
I also seen it a lot.
They play almost every time I watched a movie.
I don't ever remember seeing a trailer, and I haven't gone back to see what the trailers were like. But yeah, I don't remember it at all.
I seen the trailer so much that I was okay, I felt you're trying to trick me out with this. Because
okay.
But then
which I guess they did, right?
Correct. Yeah. But I think honestly, for the type of movie, I didn't know what type of movie this was gonna be. Overall, I was okay, I know it's thriller, but what story are they telling? And I think the story is for as simple as this movie is, I think it's so interesting.
Yeah,
because there's the dialogue. They talk about a lot of stuff. It gets real deep and heavy. I feel,
but they
at the
almost
same time
do it jokingly.
Yeah,
most of the time
it's almost like
serious.
a parody or satirical.
Yeah, which is interesting because I don't know how old the writers are, or the writer. She doesn't have a Wikipedia page.
I'm not old.
Yeah, not old enough.
I mean, I feel it's very self-aware, the movie.
Yeah, but
she's 32.
The original writer, but the screenplay writer. Did you look up the screenplay?
I looked up the screenplay. Yeah. Sarah DeLapp.
Oh, okay. So I mean, she's not a Zoomer though.
No.
She's a millennial. And then the story by person is also a millennial. So I mean, you could argue that this is like a satirical look at what a Zoomer is like through the lens of a millennial. But
And that's why I want to know like a younger person's opinion on this movie to see if they hate it or not, I guess.
based on the crowds yelling at my theater, and there were two girls in the back that looked to be roughly 13 to 15, and they must have never seen a horror movie before because they were like, "Oh, why the fuck's this girl doing this?" and "Oh, I fucking hate this bitch." But like the way that they were talking about it, it seemed as though they were relating to the characters almost, of like, "Oh, I know this bitch. Yeah, I know a bitch just like this bitch, and I hate this bitch." You know what I mean? So I mean, it seems to hit.
This movie feels like people that you would fucking see on TikTok. Like, I think it does. Like, I think that's what it's trying to do too.
I also thought the dialogue was super realistic. Like the characters themselves, I thought were super realistic.
You don't think there were some things where it was like, okay, this is a little too much. Y'all are maybe being a little too meta here, just a little bit. They're a little too self-aware.
Dude, I love meta though.
Yeah, but
I
you
thought,
like a
see,
good
but my thing
meta.
is, I think they were trying to. Now it depends on whether or not, like, it depends. I may be perceiving it wrong, but I thought everything was done on purpose. So I'm like, oh, I like that.
But I don't know if, I mean, yeah, maybe it is just those, a different generation is speaking differently. But like, are younger people that self-aware? I feel like not most of the time.
I think college educated maybe.
But were they all college educated?
I mean, they're all rich and went to like good, they went to like expensive
yeah, but that doesn't mean they're smart.
Yeah, good schools.
They're clearly all scumfuck bastards, though.
Yeah.
So who's to say that they were actually doing well in school?
But they may think they're that aware and that, that
I mean, each of them think they're the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe? I don't know if, and I have to go look at the names. Great, there's no fucking picture, so I don't know who the fuck is
So
who.
we got Amanda Steinberg as Sophie.
She's like the biggest person, right? Because she's
Rue.
I mean, you could argue that Skeet is the biggest person.
He's not. Dude,
yes,
get out of
is.
here. Dude, she's an actress. Skeet pops up in things, all right?
I mean, he was only in the longest running comedy show of all time. He was a pretty big writer.
No one respects SNL anymore.
That's not true. You're fucking crazy if you think that.
No one watches SNL.
Dude, millennials don't watch this shit.
No, Zoomers maybe, but Zoomers aren't the biggest audience. You know what I mean? Especially not right now.
Not yet. No.
No shit, not yet. But that's because boomers are still alive, homie. Like,
they love CBS. Boomers.
I mean, but Pete Davidson is, I think, putting more people in seats than fucking Amanda Sternberg.
I agree. People are going to see it for Pete Davidson.
I had never heard of anybody in this movie other than Skeet.
How many of you did you guys go see the King of Staten Island where he was featured and he was a star?
No.
That has nothing to do with this movie in particular, though.
He doesn't put people in seats, is what I'm saying.
I would have said,
movies where he starred
but
in,
more so than anybody else in this movie is what we said.
See, I don't think so, though. I think, when she was in, the hate they give us, I think it's a bigger movie.
What? I don't even know what the fuck that movie
What is that?
Yeah.
No, it's actually a really good movie.
But just because you've seen it doesn't mean that it's like a widely known thing. It could be a sleeper hit, sure. But I think, on a per name basis, he's definitely the biggest name in this movie. Without a doubt. Just because he's in front of more eyes than anybody else. Because he's on SNL, and sure, you think nobody watches it, but if nobody
dated Kim
watched
Kardashian, man. Of course people are going to know who the fuck he is.
He's in tabloids and shit like that. He's on Keeping Up with the Kardashians. His name is the biggest name on this list.
All the Ye fans.
Just because people know him does not mean they go to see him in the movie, though. You're not going to see him.
But I said he's the biggest name on this list. He's most likely than anybody else out of the cast to bring in an audience because he's the biggest name on the list. That's just how name recognition works.
Yeah.
Sure, but I do think
I'm telling you, The reason
there's
I
no
would have
way.
saw
She's
King of Staten Island is because Bill Burr was in it.
Yeah, and I mean, Bill Burr sells more tickets, I'm sure. He would sell more tickets than a Skeet for sure, just because he's a more likable actor and a more likable comedian. But like, out of everybody here, he's the person that more people know the name of, without a doubt.
I don't really know how we can figure that out, but agree to disagree.
This was in us three, I guess.
No, I mean, because who the fuck? You're the only person that I think even knew this person out of the three of us. I mean, all of the actors in this movie other than him are no-name actors to me.
I guess Lee Pace was Ronan the Accuser in Captain Marvel.
Yeah, he was covered in makeup.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He's a great actor. He was great in this movie. I think everybody played their part really well in this movie, though.
I
he
actually
was
want to
in
see
the
him more
Hobbits.
now.
Nobody did a bad job at all. But I mean, there are a couple complaints for me in this movie, and I think the editing is the biggest one. Like, there's multiple times, and maybe it's like used to create suspense, but there's multiple times where there's like a cut that happens, and I don't know where anybody's at or why they're there. And it's like, am I supposed to be able to follow them or not?
Dude, there was
like,
one part of the movie where I was just like, what?
Oh, I gotta fucking do this. Hold on. All right. Well, really quick, everybody should go see this movie, probably, right?
Yeah, I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's a really good movie.
How long was this movie?
It's like an hour and a half. It's super short.
Okay.
In the
Totally worth
meantime, you can go ahead and click in the right-hand corner to see our spoiler-full review of Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. Thanks for joining us for the spoiler-free version, and we love you guys. Bye. Okay. So, spoilers. So this is just a modern day retelling of The Monsters Are Due on Mulberry Street, which is a Twilight Zone episode where it's basically the same thing. There's like aliens that are sowing seeds of discontent within a community, and they're kind of watching as human beings pick each other off. It's the same thing as like the Salem witch trials and the Red Scare during the Cold War, where everybody was just kind of pointing fingers at each other so that they
Because
didn't
the true
get...
monsters are the humans.
Right.
I like the whole like werewolf that game, like little nod.
Yeah, which is
But it's like all that shit.
Yeah.
It was Among Us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, this movie probably
During
came
it,
out...
I was thinking that I was like, what the fuck is the name of that game where there's an imposter?
I was like, oh, whoa, this is Among Us that they're playing.
Yeah, honestly. I honestly liked the game outside of the fact that they were having to slap the shit out of each other to start.
See, shit like that is so weird to me. I didn't know why they were doing that. They didn't explain nothing. Nobody was
it's
told
just part of the game, I guess.
Yeah, but like
the
nobody
game they made
told, because B is supposed to be our in, right? We're supposed to follow her.
We're supposed to be B.
And nobody told her why she was getting the shit slapped out of her. They were just like, it's part of the game. Fucking open up.
Do it.
Bah!
No, come on, do it.
It was so weird. I hated that scene.
And then Pete was like, no, do it like this.
Bah!
But that would put you on edge. Like, that would instantly put you on edge because you're like, oh, fuck. Like, you're being struck.
There's a lot of other things that would put me on edge that wouldn't anger me also.
But like that might be the thing though, because like, so now you're on edge, you're angry, so like you're jumping to conclusions. So when you get to the like voting process,
that doesn't I don't understand how that makes it more fun.
They did that before they hid, right? Or was it after?
No, it's before the first round. Yeah. Maybe that's a Zoomer thing where they need to feel alive so they get fucking struck by their friends, but I don't vibe with it. It took me out of the movie for a hot ass second.
Did anyone walk out of the movie theater in the beginning where there was like just 10 minutes of straight makeout?
No. Everybody who was...
Or people were like, oh, what is this?
Honestly, that was one of the quieter parts of my movie.
no one said a word. Like any of those
said a word for me either.
But it was weird. What a way to open up this fucking movie.
I was looking at the subreddit and someone was like, a couple legit walked out.
I mean, it's pretty out there. It's
what did you expect? I mean,
visceral makeout scene.
If you didn't seeing the trailer though, you already knew. I'm like, okay, there's these young party girls. Like, I assume they were together. So like, I mean, sure, it's like maybe more egregious people feel, but it's like it's nothing I wasn't expecting. Just maybe not in the beginning.
I wasn't expecting that ever.
That's not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was not what. That took me off guard every time it happened. I was like, "Oh my god, they're doing it again!
like,
Holy
oh.
shit!" Like it's just a different kind of horny teen, I guess. Because in
And then I
other
thought-
horror movies, it's not that.
Yeah.
You know, they're kissing, but you're not zoomed in on their tongues intertwining with each other. Like this was very graphic compared to other makeout scenes in other movies. Like this is definitely probably the most visceral makeout scene I've ever seen because it's very serious. Like they're not
I would
joking.
have to agree.
Like
Yeah.
other makeout scenes like that, it's like in Superstar, I think is the SNL movie where it's like they're like licking each other's faces. And so it's over the top and it's jokey. But this is like a very intimate moment you're sharing with these two women as
And it's like super real.
yeah.
But I don't even think about like I guess makeout scenes. So you'd be like, this one is or isn't, because even that I like. Sure, I remember now that we're talking about it, but like that wasn't a thing that was like it didn't catch my attention. I guess you can say I was like, okay, this is happening, and
People
then like
licking each other's faces or just that makeout scene?
just the makeout scene, or even when later on when they're like touching each other, making out, like it just kind of was a part of the movie, and I wasn't like, oh, this is a lot. Like
But
I just
it's a part of the movie they only do twice, and then there's nothing that calls back to it. It's almost
No.
unnecessary to the storytelling. I'm not saying I was offended by it, but they didn't need it. It didn't help the movie whatsoever. And so like scenes like that always stick out because it's like, why did you guys do that? Why
I
did
wonder if it's because her character, because like she's so like, well, one, she's a liar, but also two, like she's like
Talking about Sophie's the liar.
Yeah.
like she's like, I guess she's I don't know if you call her like hypersexual, because like what you find out later on in the movie.
We're
like, so
spoiling
maybe-
already, just spoil it.
Okay, so like the fact that
Bro,
like she
it's just
sleeps with
spoiling on that
It's
shit.
just
Come
spoiling,
on.
dude.
Stop being selective.
But I still like it's such a good. I mean, I guess you should definitely watch the movie first. Don't watch this, then watch the movie. But like,
That's a given.
Shit, some people be walking into shit. I don't know, man. But like, I don't know if it was like, oh, maybe like hints of like, oh, she's like, you know, just a hypersexual person.
Yeah,
He's
but it doesn't.
lustful.
But it doesn't
Is that
do
what you're
anything
saying?
for the character,
Yeah.
though. That's my biggest thing is like it just doesn't do anything because knowing that doesn't help or hinder any part of the movie for me.
But by
So
the
it's just
time you
weird.
find out she like cheated, I'm not like, oh, that's so shocking, because it's like I could see it. Like unless
But you're telling me you wouldn't have been able to see it without the makeout scene?
maybe.
That's crazy. That's crazy that your brain works like that. I don't understand. I can't empathize with that thought process because if like I'll believe anything, right? Especially because she's erratic and she's a drug addict. Yeah, sure. All right, she cheated on you. I'm gonna believe that no matter what.
Yeah,
But
I think the whole cast is scumbags, like you said.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
they're all
would-
selfish.
But I would believe that because she's a drug addict. Drug addicts are, of course, they're addicts, right? So that means they have an addictive personality, anyways. And again, not fucking thrown off by it. I don't give a fuck. You can have as many tongue makeout things as you want. It was just threw me off. I was like, this is the way we're starting the movie. I hope it comes
I
back
didn't
later.
expect it.
Yeah, and then it didn't, and I was like, that didn't pay off. They just wanted
But
to see these
even-
two girls kiss.
So you guys think she was doing drugs in between the time of like we seen them, like when they last seen her? Or did she do drugs for the first time in the movie again?
She literally said, "I've been clean for months."
Okay, so
I
then
believed
like
her.
okay, I also do. So then like when you're like, oh, like because she's a drug addict, but like all the things she did prior to were before she was doing drugs.
What are you talking about?
You're like, oh, I believe this person is because she's a drug addict, she's a liar, and this and that. But like,
I
she
never
didn't do-
said no. Hold on, you're twisting words. I said she's a drug addict, so that means she has an addictive personality. So I have absolutely no hard time believing that she may also be a sex addict, that she may also be cheating on her girlfriend of 6 weeks because she's already an addict. It's not hard to believe that she might be addicted to other things. It has
I'm
nothing
sure,
to do
yeah.
with being a liar. Nothing. Because but drug addicts are liars because they're going to do anything they have to do to get the drugs. So, sure, I'll say that now that sure, because she's a drug addict, she's also probably a fucking liar and she may also be addicted to sex, but that makeout scene doesn't help prove any of that. You telling me she's a drug addict and talking about how she just got out of rehab does all that storytelling for me. You know what I mean? Like,
And they were like holding hands, like hugging throughout the whole movie. So like,
They're very affectionate with each other.
the whole
so
cast
I
is very
didn't
affectionate.
need like
Yeah.
that.
Not I think it just doesn't
But
do
like I
anything
said,
to help the movie.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
to say like, oh wow, I don't like it. These
Look at
Zoomers
this-
and they're
look at
making
this
out.
heathen shit. Yeah.
But see, like I also don't think it added anything to it. But I also, when it was happening, didn't think anything of it. Like it was just like, okay, it's a scene in the movie. It's a choice they're making.
Yeah, but
Like,
that's my thing though. I always look at shit like that. I'm like, okay, what is this doing to help the movie? And then when it doesn't help the movie, when the credits roll, I'm like, great. You couldn't have done anything more constructive with that time? I guess not. You know? I like things to work towards something. I don't like something being in the movie just to be in it. Because it's
But, like,
kind of
what
like
else-
a Chekhov's gun. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, that would be like Nope opening up with like a grotesque fucking makeout scene. Like the two main characters are just making out or fucking randomly, and then it like doesn't pay off at the end. You
But
know?
I think like what like in my thing too. Also, it's like I don't know what else they would have done. Like to me, it's like even if you take it out,
they could have opened it with an aerial shot of them driving to the thing.
Some The Shining shit, you know.
I mean,
like that also
literally
doesn't add to the movie.
It does, because you're moving to the location. You're taking them to the location. Because the very next scene is just that. They're driving to the mansion, you know, and they're talking about how she's going to visit her best friend. There's storytelling elements that are happening.
Or like if they
in the
showed
very
like
next
how
scene.
isolated the mansion is.
Right. Yeah. So like there's storytelling things that they did 2 seconds later. And right as soon as the makeout was done, they did something that they could have started the movie with.
Well, yeah, sure, but just extending it wouldn't have really added more. Like, sure, you get
Don't
more
extend
of
it.
that.
Just cut it. I'm not saying extend it.
Well, this movie's like an hour 30 minutes. I think they just needed to fucking fill the fucking time.
Yeah, you could have filled it with something better.
Oh,
Just-
so was it me or like did B? I don't know why I was surprised by her accent, because I feel like when she was talking in the car it was normal.
No, she had an accent the whole time because I was
did
trying to
she?
figure out where she was from. They
Okay.
never talk
Like,
about where she's from
Bolivia
either.
in real life or something, though.
Yeah, but in the
Where is
movie
she
they
from?
think she's Russian.
Oh,
Yeah, they
Bulgaria.
said Russian instantly.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't know the difference in accent, so I assume like Ukraine, Russian, Eastern European.
Yeah.
She's actually going to voice Cosmo, the space dog, in Guardians 3, which is interesting.
Oh, that's where I
Damn,
remember
she's
her
getting
name from.
typecast as a Russian then, huh?
Yeah, 100%. You got to use that accent for
Damn.
something useful.
I don't know, like I liked her too. I like all the characters, but I don't know. I guess I thought she was going to do more maybe in the movie.
She's the only person who actively killed somebody, which is pretty
Yeah.
big when you think about it.
Yeah.
She's the only person who committed murder. Like
Mhm.
that's fucking wild. Because the other ones are accidental
They're
death.
all act.
I mean, you could argue that Sophie
Yeah.
committed manslaughter. You could argue, but that's not her fault that she took the drugs and then walked down the stairs. So
I was not even thinking about that one. I was talking about the gunshot.
Same with
Yeah.
that one, yeah.
yeah. Alice's death, right, is the one that was the gunshot wound.
Yep.
I was like,
Yeah.
sure, them flailing around and her getting shot on accident the second time, but she did actively shoot her first. Like, it's not like she.
Oh yeah, I mean the first shot was attempted manslaughter. The second one was manslaughter, because she didn't mean to kill her. It's just the gun went
Dude,
off and they were tussling.
that shit was so funny when she was like, "You shot me." She's like, "No, I didn't.
I didn't shoot you.
You literally
yet."
shot her."
Yeah.
They were doing a lot of that where I was like, oh my God, is she like psychotic? Is she like, does she really not think she shot her, or is she just in shock
Jordan?
now because she
No,
shot her?
it's all shock, right? And that was one of the biggest things that the audience in my movie theater couldn't comprehend, is that these people are going through an extremely traumatic experience, and all of this is like them trying to handle the situation, and they've never been faced with adversity in their entire fucking life. So
Yeah,
the
they
fact
live
that-
sheltered lives.
Yeah, so the fact that their best friend died, they're all going fucking ape shit, and nobody in the movie theater thought about that.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, if we were in a cabin in Tennessee and all of a sudden someone shows up dead, the fuck are we gonna do? We're gonna freak out like them.
No, I won't freak out like
I mean,
them.
my first instinct is not.
Oh, you're gonna be the killer?
Yeah, I will fucking strangle you with my penis, Eric.
I don't like to
No.
go to that extent.
You
Like,
can't wrap a tuna can like that.
Don't get me wrong. If
I'll
there,
unravel it, baby.
if there's a person that is I'm not introduced till that day, and I have a perceived background on them, I can understand like going to that route.
But-
Sure.
Yeah, but their perceived background is bullshit anyways, because they don't know.
Correct.
They're autumn, and
Yeah.
they didn't assume anything negative about him before Skeet died, so it's like they got no reason to assume that he did it either. And then they didn't stop to talk about him or talk to him about it. I think if we were in that situation and I was making a TikTok and I slit my throat open, I do not think you guys would instantly go to everybody else is out to kill me. I think level heads will prevail to a certain point. And I think
that's assuming like we didn't just meet this guy.
But they've also been doing drugs, partying for 2 days.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of factors that we would not be in that same mental state.
And Max was the whole like outlier this whole time until the very end, right?
yeah, that was super interesting too, though. Seeing him like come up and being like, "Hey, what the fuck?
Hey, what's going on in here?"
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think they acted normally for people who were fucked up.
But I think also too because like they're like so aware, of like mental health and stuff. So they're like, oh, he has PTSD. When you have PTSD because he was in war, you could freak out. If I thought someone who has been in war had
but
PTSD,
he was never in war.
Correct, but they didn't know that too.
But Alice
after the
didn't
fact.
say anything about it either.
She didn't say the full name. She said
Yeah.
he's a vet.
He's a vet.
Yeah. But like I also wouldn't think naturally like, oh, someone has PTSD, they're gonna go around slicing throats, But that's where their head went.
That's a part of being uneducated, though. And all of them are uneducated. None of them are educated at all. Like, they're just a bunch of fucking idiots who got together to do drugs during a hurricane, and it bit them square in their ass.
I mean, there's multiple points in the movie which I liked, though, that was leading you to think it was someone was the killer, like the whole time, like different people, and then the whole time you're like, this is not adding up.
Dude,
like, what is going on?
I legit thought it was gonna be B somehow.
Yeah, like, and then once was it Jordan? Like when she started shooting people, I was like, oh, she's just jealous because they're rich and her family's upper high class or middle class, whatever they said she was. And I was like, she just snapped.
No, I thought she snapped because she loved Sophie. I didn't go towards the she doesn't like being poor thing. I thought she was like, this fucking bitch is flaunting that she's with this other bitch. I'm just gonna break. I'm gonna have a psychotic episode and kill everybody.
But like once old girl said like, oh, your family's like professors upper middle class, she shoots her. So I was like, oh, so she's like there.
But she was already broken at that point. She's already waving guns at motherfuckers and telling them to get back,
She's already getting the strap, dude. She's already unhinged.
But she's someone that her first instinct is fight, because as soon as he dies, she gets the cleaver. Like, it's just her natural instinct is like, I need a weapon to protect myself.
Yeah.
Also, there was one shot where B is hiding against the wall, and Jordan comes down the stairs
and looks at her.
Did she not see her?
No, she saw her. She looked right at her. She had the headlamp on.
Why not acknowledge it?
Because they did that when they were playing the game. Remember? Because almost the same exact thing. Because she was like crawling or whatever. The same thing plays out when they're playing werewolf. So I think it's just used to mirror the scene, right? So, I mean, maybe she was just like...
they were playing... I think you're right. They were playing the game.
I think too.
At the same time, no. But why play the game if one of your friends is dead?
No, he wasn't dead yet. So what you're talking about happened before Skeet died.
Yeah, this is when the vet guy dies. Fake.
Yeah, he werewolf dies.
And then the second time they go into the game is after they vote out Pete because they think he's the werewolf.
Right. See, this is my problem.
2 rounds.
This is my problem with the fucking editing, is that you don't know when shit is taking place almost.
I could have sworn that happened later.
Everything looks exactly the same, and so
because then I thought the next thing was they discovered Emma's body.
No, that's later, but that's after all that stuff already had happened.
But they do get split up. Everybody does go separate ways to look around the house
all the time.
But like they don't talk about why they're splitting up, and it's like. It's an hour and 30-minute movie. Take 2 more minutes to talk about why they're splitting up, because it doesn't make any sense. And then you get lost because it's so dark that everything looks exactly the same. And you're like, did I misremember it? Did she look at her this way earlier or later?
I think that's to get you to think Emma's the killer as well, because she's the main one that just keeps dipping off. Like, it's like, damn, are her and Max actually like killing people?
Yeah, until she dies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you
She
kind of
dies
think everybody's
bogus.
the killer almost until they die.
Yeah, everybody gets reason to be the killer at some point,
Yeah.
other than Skeet.
No, but they even thought.
Poor
Well, no,
Skeet,
No,
I
but
think
dude.
he
it's
was the
next-
werewolf
yeah.
killer, and then he was the first one dead. Poor Skeet
Yeah.
is right. I wanted him in this movie so much longer. He died way too early for me. I was like, fuck.
I mean, his end though is so good.
Yeah.
Like when you see the video, it's
That-
the
Honestly,
payoff is so worth it.
Yeah, that's the kind of payoff I was looking for out of this movie.
Yeah.
But then
Dude, I don't know, man. I don't know if I like the ending, honestly.
But I mean, wait. So what would you have rather had happen then?
There'd be a real
I'd rather
killer.
it be an actual killer.
But then that's too. So the only problem with that is that then the themes don't make sense or hit as hard.
The
whole
rest of the
theme-
movie works against itself if there's a real killer.
The whole theme
Yeah.
of the movie is that people are monsters, and when faced with adversity, they're always going to fight each other instead of working together. And if there is a killer, then it's just a slasher movie where everybody was paranoid the whole time. You know what I mean?
Because we want to see the destruction of their friendship group. You see, like, everyone.
I
Like,
didn't
going
want to
against-
see that. I was almost hoping there was a real killer so that they would prevail. Like this, the ending of the movie is super dour. It is a depressing fucking ending.
I guess
for
maybe you
sure.
could say.
I was like, all right on. Like I
I
like
guess
the
maybe,
weekend.
yeah. You could say maybe I didn't enjoy the movie because then you're like, oh wait, they're the monsters instead
Yeah.
of there being a tangible. Oh, that guy's
I-
the monster.
I love seeing that they all were doing that shit to themselves. Like they were all so like, you know, just paranoid, and they're also just like they were so quick to attack each other, so that shows you they're not real friends. And it's like they're putting on this whole like, you know, facade, and then it's like boom, as soon as there's one hint of adversity, how quickly they turned on each other. I mean, it's a big adversity, someone died, but
I mean, someone got murdered.
like an actual friend group would not turn to that. Like that shows you how fake those people are.
Maybe.
But these guys have
I mean-
friends within the friend group, right? Because Sophie and Pete
Every
were
friend
best
group
friends.
does though.
But the only problem with that argument is that I think a friend group would turn on each other. It's just that they wouldn't be spiteful about it. They'd be, because it's all about self-preservation in the end, right? Like every human being deep down in your lizard brain, you have this self-preservation. You need to survive more than anybody else, right? When you come
That's
down to it. It's you start to see that they're not friends when they start to say hurtful fucking shit to each other. When they start to personally attack each other as opposed to just being skeptical of everybody. Because
When
I mean,
Skeet
a
made
certain-
Emma cry, dude, I was like, damn.
and he
But
did
the
that
movie-
shit just with Werewolf. He didn't even do that shit when shit was going down.
But you know they're not on a sound base, because as soon as they the B and you know, so as soon as they walk in, it's just like he's mean to her.
No,
and then,
no.
You know,
I totally agree. And I know that. I saw that they were not really good friends with each other.
Yeah.
But I'm saying them being skeptical of everybody when people start legitimately dying, I don't think that is the basis of like, no, they're really not good friends, because I would be skeptical too if somebody randomly fucking died. I'd be a little nervous around everybody because I'm more worried about my own back. It's when they start doing really mean shit that doesn't help the cause that you're like, oh no, these people hate each other. You know what I mean?
see, I don't think that most people would go instantly to like trying to like pick blame. Like I don't.
But
And-
no. And I'm not saying that either. I'm saying being skeptical. That's okay.
Yeah.
Because you should be skeptical. You should never assume.
And
Let
like
every-
these, like
Go
the
ahead.
characters did, they instantly went to Greg because they don't know Greg. The only person that knows
Yeah.
Greg is Alice.
They should definitely go the two outliers. They should definitely go to first. It's like, okay, these two
But-
new people.
But they
who are
also shouldn't be blaming anybody at first either. They should be just trying to figure it out rationally, but they're coked out of their minds, and
Yeah.
they may have also been doing acid. So like they were never gonna do that. But like ultimately it's like, no, these people are bad people to each other because they say mean things. Like,
And they've been there a week already, actually, and they've been partying. And literally last night, the other guy punched one guy in the face.
yeah,
So like they're already like because that's another thing.
they're on
we only
edge
get-
already.
We only start,
Yeah.
we start a week late into the movie. Like that's a whole nother mentality too. Because like I don't think it would have escalated this quickly too if this
On
was they
day
were all there
one.
1,
Yeah.
2. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What the fuck was I gonna say?
And then Greg went fight or flight, dude. He's like, these guys are fucking about to kill me, or they're about to do some
he
shit.
reacted totally properly though. I was like, I like this. I like the way he went about this.
So it would have been interesting though to see if he didn't attack them, to see if the girls would have still killed him. Because the only reason that B killed him was because he was gonna kill Sophie, right? But if he would have just sat down and been like, let's talk about this. You know, I'll explain everything. You just got to give me a chance. Maybe he would have lived, but anytime that anybody goes straight to fight, they die. They're like, nope, this is it. You're going to die now because you shouldn't have fought. You should have just talked about it.
But no, it's because he puts the knife down. He's like, okay, hey, let's work this out. And then they go for weapons again. Like he did that. Because when they all put it down
for weapons though?
So they all put him down. And then
somebody
they both
jumped.
look at the weapon.
No. Somebody jumped on his back. That's why it did it. Emma jumped on his back. So yeah, maybe that one crazy bitch set him off, but like the other ones were complying. They were like, okay. And then Emma jumped on his back and was like, you killed my fucking boyfriend. But if he would have just like thrown her off and been like, everybody needs to be cool. Tell that bitch to be cool. Be cool,
but like,
honey,
if that
honey.
happened, I think that happened originally, sure. But now you wake up, they got knives around you, weapons, and then you put your knife down, and now I'm being attacked a second time almost.
Yeah, everybody went fight. Everybody's response mechanism was fight.
I don't know how he could have,
like,
I don't think he should have acted any differently, because he's probably like, if I put this shit down again, someone's going to fucking stab me.
But he died anyways. If he acted differently, he may have lived.
I don't know, dude. B kind of lost her shit real quick.
No, she was. I feel like B was the most level-headed out of all of them.
Dude, I don't know. Hitting him once, sure. And then, like, fucking caving his head in with the second hit.
I don't think it caved it in. Did we see that it was... she didn't Glenn him, okay?
Dude, I don't know.
No, they would have showed us if she would have Glenned him. She just put him down. She was like, he's a threat now, so now I'm going to kill him. Like, she was... I mean, and other than throwing up on her shirt, she was super level-headed about it. She was like, he attacked her.
Who wouldn't have thrown up, dude?
Man, they had a fucking escape bag. He got knocked down once. Tie his ass up. Like, I don't know. It was
too rational thinking, man.
Yeah, I mean, she's clearly scared, so she's not going to be completely rational, but she's the most rational out of everybody, the whole movie. She's the
thinking
closest.
About her lover, dude.
Yeah. It was a crime of passion is what it was.
That poor guy didn't do shit and got his head crushed.
Man, he shouldn't have been fucking around with fucking 20-year-olds. He's 40 years old.
Yeah,
he should have taken his ass to the fucking geriatric home where he belonged, the crazy fuck. That's what he gets for trying to get wet.
Yeah, Alice shouldn't have brought him.
Yeah, no, not at all. She's an idiot too.
She got too.
So
he was a Libra moon though, so you know, there's that.
Yeah, that was so funny to me. I loved it, dude. I loved it. I was like, yes, let's throw that in there.
So did Jordan know about the TikTok? Or are there actual texts?
Correct. She wanted to like say the affair.
No, I know why she told her that. I know.
Mm-hmm.
But she kept saying look at her phone, and then when they actually look at the phone, like, is it just I guess it's just like a dramatic irony or whatever, but it was just weird that she kept harping on it. It almost felt like she knew that the video was on the phone, but then it's like, damn, bro, you couldn't have told everybody before that? Like,
yeah,
what the fuck?
I don't think she would have known, because it wouldn't have made sense, right?
Right.
But I think, the phone, I thought they found a separate phone because, like, his phone was out there from the storm.
No, the whole time she was using that phone, she thought it was her phone. That's why she fought her so hard on it. If she would have known it was just a random phone, yeah. Sophie fought B hard on it, right? So if she would have known it was a random phone, she wouldn't have fought B on it, because she would have been like, yeah, look at the fucking phone in my hand, dude. Whatever. That's why it was just really weird to me, like, that her dying words were, look at her phone. It's almost too cryptic, you know? Like, it was just a weird choice to me, and it threw me off at the very end. I was like,
yeah, well, like,
that's really weird.
Kind of warned her, like, earlier in the movie, like, hey, watch out for her. So maybe that's her last thing, was just like, hey,
Yeah.
she's still fucking lying. Like,
But it's
get out of
weird
this.
that you would give that advice to that. I mean, I guess she gave the advice to her earlier, but I took that as she was giving her that advice so that she would leave, and then she's like, I got Sophie all to myself.
Yeah. Which is, like when that first scene happened, there was like one or two ways to look at it. It was like, hey, back off because I want her, or hey, you're going to get hurt, so watch out.
I took it as the first one.
I also did too until the second half when she's like, hey, no, like multiple times, look at the phone. She's a cheater and a liar, you know?
Yeah, but she would have still gotten with her anyways. That's just part of her being full of shit. And apparently, according to Wikipedia, they do pick up David's phone during the struggle. They just did not make it very clear during the movie.
See, that's what I thought would happen because the whole mud and everything like that. Right. And then she's like, that's not my phone. So she originally had her phone. David's phone was still outside because it got lost and then the storm.
I think they could have shown it better because I didn't take it as that. I took it as she just had David's phone.
Okay. See, but I don't know. Maybe I guess it's I don't know how Eric took it because like I took it as they found his phone outside after the struggle.
I took it as like they randomly just saw that phone and thought Sophie thought it was her phone, but then she realized, oh wait, this isn't my phone.
When they were outside, like after the struggle.
When they were outside.
Yeah, that's how I took
at the daytime. Yeah, but I don't like assumptions like that. Like, I think it was thought he would have had his.
Though. Like, but I don't think it says like.
Why wouldn't he have had his phone in his pocket?
Because why would it be in his pocket? He shot the video, he cut himself, and he probably flung it after he was like,
He wasn't. He wasn't holding the phone though. I guess you're right, but he was never holding his phone. How the fuck is he gonna hold the phone in the saber at the same time?
Correct. So it was probably on a table and it flew because of the storm or something.
See, that's a bunch of fucking assumption shit that I hate, though. Show me the phone flying. Like, you could have shown in the TikTok video it getting swept up. Like, that assumption shit I hate.
See, but I don't need it, though. Like, I think I got it, though. Like, I understand you're saying what you're saying, but I think that would have been too much. Like, I think it's more straightforward than what you thought.
It also, like, in the TikTok, it's, like, sunny, and then, like, 10 seconds later,
it's nighttime
it's
in the
storming.
TikTok. It's not daytime. It's nighttime. Because she sees him bleeding out. He's like actively dying when B sees him.
Yeah, when they finally see him, it's like 10 seconds after he cuts his throat.
Yeah, like, it's super late at night already.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
That's what I mean, though. Like, it goes from like not raining because I don't think it was raining in the TikTok to full on fucking storming raining. When he's like against the window.
The power goes out afterwards. Like it starts raining and then he dies and then the power goes out.
Yeah, but he never stopped the TikTok is what I'm saying.
I don't know how to use TikTok, so I don't know.
You have to stop it. Come on. You're not a boomer. You know how fucking camera shit works.
Post.
Yeah, you know how fucking Snapchat works and shit like that. If you would have set it to record, it would have kept recording. You know what I mean?
But shit, I was like, maybe he was doing a live and it was the afterlife. He clicked on it.
Nah, because he did the sound and shit like that. No.
Also, I'm a dumbass for not realizing that when B went back into the car after they kicked her out, and she found that like a pair of Jordan's bra, that I guess Jordan and Sophie hooked up.
Yeah. That's why she.
I just realized that just now.
That's why she thinks she's the killer because she actively lies to her.
I mean, like. Yeah, and that's why she smells it, because she smells both of the bras. She like a fucking freak. I don't know, maybe it's a Bolivian thing or something, but she fucking whiffed the hell out of that bra.
Because now she's like, okay, you're saying you didn't do this, and then I'm going to ask you a question I know the answer to. If you lie to me, that means you're lying about the other thing. So then that's why she like runs away from her. Which
is kind of horseshit too, though.
But then once she gets
lie
inside,
about one thing doesn't mean you're going to lie about the other.
Correct.
When she gets inside, she's like protecting Sophie from Jordan because she's like, I saw her get the gun.
I mean, sure, she still doesn't want her girlfriend to die, even if they're gonna break up. Like,
I guess.
I mean, I don't know. I'd be like, fucking shoot her.
But at the same time,
sure, but you could.
So she's most level-headed, so she wouldn't have. If it was Alice that found the bra.
Yeah,
should have been like, "Hey, Jordan, shoot her."
Fucking kill her. Yeah. Shoot her like you shot me.
Most of the characters would have fucking killed them themselves.
Maybe not Greg.
No, Greg
No.
would not have. Yeah, Greg would have been like, "Yeah, I'm leaving. Fuck it, y'all are crazy."
I'm all about peace, man.
Hey, don't make
He was
fun of
super
Greg.
level-headed. And then
Um,
he was just trying to chill with his fucking sleep apnea mask. Like,
it wasn't sleep apnea. He has seasonal depression, is why he was wearing.
oh
it.
yeah, it was a light or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get some of that vitamin D or
Sleep apnea is loud. They would have came into the gym and it would have been like, wow, wow, wow. They
Yeah.
would have like, what the fuck is he doing over here?
I still think he acted right because, like, I would have fucking got the fuck out of there if I woke up and people were surrounding me with my shit.
How are you
and
gonna
then
get out though if they're surrounding you?
Bro, he bum rushed them one time. He could have bum rushed them in the beginning.
He bum rushed them and he got his shit caved in by a fucking kettlebell.
Yeah, but she didn't have the kettlebell to start. Like,
You don't know what she had behind her back. Those Bolivians,
sure,
they're sneaky motherfuckers,
yeah.
man.
maybe she did. She also did grab that shit off screen, so I don't know when she got it at all.
Also, I don't know why I thought, but I thought they were about to like shoot Max at the end for some reason.
Dude, okay, I'm glad you brought that up. I thought I think it's still up for debate because we didn't see the end of the movie, or we don't see what happens after it cuts to black. I also think they kill Max.
But at that point, you had to, right?
I took it as they're gonna frame Max,
How are they gonna fucking frame him?
kill him, and get the fuck out of there.
Yeah,
They-
you just
'cause they
said.
were supposed-
But you just said exactly what Eric and I just said.
Yeah.
They're gonna kill him because he has fucking phone evidence probably that he was gone. Like,
But they have no evidence that they were there at all.
yes, they do. They used the fucking GPS to get there. That's fucking evidence
that's
that they were
true.
there.
Man, they're
And,
ditching those phones.
No way they're not ditching the phones. Absolutely not.
Bro, girl got a prepaid Wi-Fi phone. She's ditching that shit.
That's why she
and old girl's
can't
cut
ditch it.
off.
She doesn't have the cash to buy a new one. She's
Dude,
like,
she's-
my mother. She slaved over a hot coal for this
Dude,
phone.
after Pete Davidson died, the family's putting her back on because she's hurt because her best friend died, dude. The family's reopening that trust.
Because
Oh,
one of the
shit,
best
you're
friends
right.
killed the other best friend.
Oh, but she's 100%. Yeah. They would kill him. It's easy to say that.
I mean, I think after talking about it a bit more, I think it's up for a debate on whether or not they would even bother to kill him, or if they looked at him like, this is going to be a kooky story we're going to have to tell you, fella.
And
Like,
then we're gonna make a lifelong pact to never tell anyone.
yeah, it's some real I know what you did last summer type shit.
They definitely got to frame him, though. They can't just go get got.
I don't think they're going to frame him because they have video showing that like the skeet one was an accident. So you could maybe argue that all of them were accidents, and it's like people went crazy. They were falling
it
The
was-
downstairs.
issue- There's the one. It's Greg is the only problem. Like, everything else is an accident or like on someone else.
You could maybe blame that on Skeet though.
I
Or you
I
can
would,
blame it on Jordan because she has gun residue on her hands.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a bullet wound exit. He has a
No,
fucking
but like
kettlebell
you can,
crush.
they can probably flame it to like, oh, Jordan went crazy. She hit him in the head.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
how much
And then-
easier it is if they just kill Max, though? Like, you know.
Is it any much easier though?
Well, the cameras actually would be back on now because the power's back on too.
But we don't.
They never established if there was a system.
Yeah, well, they say I think that there's a security system, but do they talk about cameras?
Well, they say like they make it seem like
Oh no, they do. They talk about like, are the cameras gonna work on if the backup
Without the
generator's
power.
gone? Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
you're right.
but like, there's nothing
They-
that says that the cameras are up and running. Some of those cameras take a while to connect. You got time.
yeah.
I'm not saying
At
I've
least a
killed
minute.
anybody. Yeah. But we also
But
don't know how
no-
good their Wi-Fi is.
We
So it
also
might
don't
be
know where the
longer.
cameras are located either.
Yeah, he might be in a dead zone.
Like, why would the camera be in the little racquetball room?
No. I'm not even. No. I'm talking about killing Max, bro. We don't have
Oh.
to worry. There's no video evidence of anybody killing anybody in the
Yeah.
actual house.
Okay.
The only video evidence is of Pete Davidson's character dying. That's it.
Yeah.
Everybody else is off the hook because the cameras are down. I'm
And
talking.
is that shit even post? Because that shit.
Also,
That's what I'm
did she
saying.
get the text at the end? Was that just her mom texting her?
yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I think you're supposed to assume.
Yeah.
Because she's like, I have the service.
Yeah. Because why? Yeah. Who
They
else?
should have cut that out. They should have just left it as silence.
Yeah, I didn't like that was the last thing said in the movie either. I was like, this is kind of whack. This is a little corny. Yeah, I don't know.
Like if she would have said West Side for Life at the end there, I'd be like, oh.
You've been sold.
With Bolivia for
if you're
life.
this is how you do it. If you're gonna do West Side for Life, it's like this.
I mean, she would have needed the blue bandana, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know. The ending was a little weird.
Why
Just
do they
for
think it
that.
was so weird that she was wearing that sweater? Like, bro, I got vomit on me. It's dark. I had to find clothes.
So the only thing that I could rationalize is that they're just picking anything that could make her seem suspicious. So
I mean,
you
the
know,
lipstick thing, sure.
but like that compounded with the random sweater, I think it all makes sense. I didn't question that. I was like, yeah, why is she wearing random people's sweaters? She had to have had clothes. She packed clothes. You can't tell me she didn't.
Did
'Cause
she
you
bring her bag in?
No, she
Because
didn't.
old girl's bag was in there.
Yeah, she didn't bring a bag in because she went back for the cake, the banana bread,
The bread, yeah.
but didn't have a bag with her.
I
Look,
could have sworn she had
with
something like
the
over her
zucchini
chest,
bread,
but it
man.
might have been just like a purse bag thing.
It was a purse bag. It wasn't an overnight bag or anything like that.
Yeah.
Or not big enough for one, but who fucking knows? She may only have like 2 pairs of underwear and a pair of socks, and that's it.
Oh shit! Pulled an Eric.
Yeah, she's Eric Campton right now.
no.
All right. Anything else before we go to the final questions?
No, just Emma was weird, and I don't like how she kept dipping off the whole time.
She was an actress, dude. Come on.
She was a fucking actress. The
I-
show
that
she
was
was
funny,
in
though.
sucked. Yeah.
Come on, guys, it wasn't that good.
Yeah. Actually, we do
Dude.
need to bring up one thing before we go to the
I
questions.
legit laughed out loud, dude, when she was like, "It's a podcast."
The
Yeah.
podcast word.
It hit me deep.
It
That shit
really
got
did.
too
It's
real,
so
dude.
true. Everything she said is so true.
Everything, even down to the friends not listening to
Yeah,
it, is so
exactly.
Yeah, it hit way too hard when
Dude,
she
That's
was.
why I said. That's why I said that the dialogue is so real in this fucking movie. It's only
Yeah.
because of that scene.
It's really relatable. But like
I
when
mean, they
she's
got
like,
something for everybody.
I felt it because it's like she's like, like people think, oh, it's just a podcast, but the equipment you got to set up, you got to get guests. Like we've gotten
Google
guests
Meets.
twice. It's not
it was-
that simple.
I would argue we've had guests a
With
handful of
Jack?
times. Jack, Nick, they're guests. They're not.
Yeah.
Nick is a season regular. He comes out once a season.
Yeah. But I mean, it is hard. Yeah, that scene,
But
I
yes,
was like,
correct.
damn, she is fucking preaching.
Yeah.
I got to fucking snap for that,
We
dude.
have had more guests, but it's also not as easy to coordinate that shit.
Mm-mm.
It in between us, dude.
It just really got me when she was like, you hate listening to her podcast. And she's like, no, I really like it. And she's like, damn, bro, you hate listening to my podcast? What the
I
fuck?
loved how she couldn't help it, but like just be like a big eye rolls. Like that
Dude.
shit was so funny to me. Because like
You
I know
said
that's how
again.
people feel. Like you
Yeah.
know, I get it. Like people are like, I get it.
Yeah.
You do a podcast.
Stop
Cool.
talking about it. I'm not going to
Yeah.
promote it for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, the eye roll.
Shit, at least
me.
a hate watch. People can hate watch us.
I'll take a hate watch. I'll take 100,000 hate watches, dude. Fuck it.
When we go up to 52 followers?
When I said I got us like 4 followers the other day.
Oh, I thought it was only at 51.
Mm-mm. Nope. And this is straight from Twitch, but this has nothing to do with the review, so we're gonna cut this short. We could talk about it when we cut.
Okay.
But this is straight from Twitch, so this is like their actual numbers. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad we talked
You
about
think
the podcast
a
thing.
thumbs up or thumbs down for it being an A24? Do you think it lived up to the A24?
I mean, this did not feel like an A24 movie at all. This was.
I mean, this is one of the best movies of the year. Like,
whoa.
What the fuck, James?
this is gonna
Not the way-
be, this is gonna be top 10.
I don't think so at all. You got your shit low, dude. I mean, it's a good movie. I definitely liked it a lot, but I don't think of this movie and think about fucking it even being in the same league as Top Gun or
Yeah, but
Everything Everywhere. Or
Sure, that's 1 and 2, but what's like
no, but
7,
even
8, 9?
7, 8, and 9 maybe haven't even come out yet.
Wakanda forever, dude.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
As much as I hate Marvel, I
No.
think I'm excited for Wakanda.
I think
Well,
we
like-
would have to go back and look at the
Correct.
movies that we've watched this year, and I don't think this is top 10.
I got a
Nowhere
list,
near
dude.
it. I just don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, I also have a list. So we've seen probably like
I mean, you've
30
seen the
movies that
most
came out
of
this
us.
year.
I don't think he has. I think you and I have been keeping up, Eric.
I've only seen like 12.
No, you haven't, bro. You've seen more
You've
movies
never seen more than
that.
that. I've seen like 25, 26.
So, I mean, for the podcast alone, we have
I've seen
Bodies, Bodies,
17.
Bodies, Bullet Train, Nope, Thor, Love and Thunder, Elvis, Top Gun, Doctor Strange, Unbearable Weight, Northman,
Yeah.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2, X came out this year. Fucking The Batman came out this year.
The Batman,
Bro,
dude.
this
Jackass
movie-
Forever?
I don't love the Batman though.
If The Batman's better than this.
I think it's debatable.
Everything's debatable, so the statement means nothing. But
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I've seen.
Jackass Forever is definitely better than this
Dude,
movie. Hands
I
see,
love
I
down.
don't
Jackass
like
Forever.
movies like that though. Like I don't care for the whole.
But so it
Prank
might be
movie.
in your top 10, but I don't think objectively it's in the top 10. Because if you're
Right,
comparing it,
most,
but if you're
most people
comparing
wouldn't
it
have
to,
Jackass 3 as a top 10 movie this year though.
it was Jackass Forever, so put some fucking respect on his name.
Whatever,
What
exactly.
about Marcel the Shell with shoes on?
I
James,
That I
haven't
did
haven't
you like?
seen.
I haven't
Like
seen
that-
Oh,
it.
I thought you. I thought you
No.
saw
No,
it.
he said he wanted to see it.
I just can't. It was never around. If I think,
Oh.
I think that movie would end up being like number 3 though. Like, because I've heard number of great things about that. Like,
But
I
I
still
don't
have
think
Top Gun 1.
I don't think
One-
this is top 10 though.
I mean, we could break it down.
Unless
later.
2 movies come out, then maybe
I mean, we'll figure
between
it
now
out.
and the end of the year.
We'll figure it out at the end of the year when it's Oscar season, but
Yeah,
I don't even think
but
right
not
now.
even all the Oscar movies I be loving. Some of those are kind of shit.
No,
too.
no, but that's something that we can talk about during Oscar season,
Yeah.
is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, just ranking all the movies that we saw this year and kind of figuring out where they
We
land.
could do our Oscar Best Picture thing.
Yeah, movies that we think deserve it.
And then I'm gonna get up there and slap someone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Because like Top Gun, could
Someone's
not
gonna
get
talk about your
nominated for
bald-headed
Best
ass
Picture.
life. Your old fucking cue ball looking ass.
And I wonder too, because Top Gun and Everything Ever All at Once came out so early in the year, is it not gonna get nominated because they just forget about it?
No way, dude. Tom
They're not-
Cruise is gonna fucking. He's gonna have a fit if it
Dude,
doesn't
on
get
average,
nominated.
though, the movies that get nominated are from October to December, like it's just recency bias.
Yeah. But we don't need to worry about that right now anyways. We
Yeah.
got 4
I
months to
think
worry
it was
about
a
that.
strong A24 film. I liked it.
You think it was a strong A24 film?
I
But
just think
you
it's a
know what?
great movie.
It's my perception of the movie is marred by the fact that it was a terrible viewing experience.
Yeah,
So maybe if I rewatch it at home and I'm by myself and I can really enjoy it, maybe. But
dude. Like I
I
said,
just
dude,
had
I
such a
was
bad
tense the
time.
whole fucking time.
see, there was
like-
no moments of true tension for me because everybody was talking during it. So
Like,
I was
it
shitting
spoiled
myself.
it.
So I've seen, let's say, 25, 26 movies in the theaters, and I think at the movies, and like you said, it's an experience thing. I think only 2 times so far I've had a better time, and it's Everything Ever All at Once. 3 times. Maverick and then The Unbearable Weight. Like those are the only 3 movies as of right now where I say this movie is not close to those. But like those movies are like S tier, and I don't know if there's gonna be other S tier movies this year. Like this may just be an A tier movie.
Yeah,
Those
maybe.
movies are S plus, dude. Come on.
Yeah, honestly though, like those are like Everything Everywhere All at Once could go down as being one of the greatest movies of all time type thing. So like it's hard to compare other movies to that movie.
But what we can do is talk about our favorite part of this movie, though.
100%.
Because all that other shit has nothing to do with what our favorite
You're
part
gonna
of this
cut that
movie
shit out?
is. I'm going to have to, because that was 20 minutes of me going, all right, so the last questions, though. All right. We can plan
Blame
all this
James.
shit later.
Yeah.
It's always James. All right, you don't got to say it. It's implicit.
We know.
Yeah,
that's
it's
why we're
implicit.
muted in the beginning. All right? We might
Exactly.
get muted in the end.
That's why in the moment of lucidity, he went, hey, bro, just cut me out altogether. Don't even give me the chance. Remove me from the equation so I don't fuck it all
am
up.
the monster on Mulberry Street.
And you know what? The openings have never been quicker. We are
So
banging those
quick.
boys out.
Yeah.
It's 12 minutes every time.
It's saving us 15 minutes.
100%. Yeah. And the information is clearly laid out quickly.
Yeah.
Favorite part, James. Tell me about your favorite part of the shitty movie.
Favorite part, honestly, was the ending when you find out what really happened because it was like such a what the fuck moment to me. I was just like, whoa,
Yeah.
because I still was just like, I guess it was Sophie, and then they're like, no.
Eric, what was your favorite part of Bodies, Bodies, Bodies?
My favorite part was just the tension, dude. Me shitting myself the whole fucking time. Because after that jump scare Greg did, I was like, oh, they're going to do this shit all over the place. So I was just waiting for jump scares.
Well, and I'm so glad there weren't.
Yeah.
I think there was 2 jump scares, and they were both Greg actually.
Is Greg screaming, right? The one?
No, Greg when he wakes. Oh wait.
Yeah, Greg, he's like up this. He's on the stairs.
Oh yeah,
he goes,
yeah.
and then he runs up.
That was the first one, and
That's
then
the first one.
and then him with the light mask is the second one, right? I don't think there's
Yeah.
any other jump scares in the movie,
No.
and even the second one is arguable.
I think the ball tap thing wasn't jump scare, but it was also like, oh,
I
it kind of
misremembered, but I knew it was
Yeah.
Greg. It was the stair
Yeah.
thing that I was like, oh fuck, damn it, Greg.
That was the only thing that felt like a horror movie. Like the
Yeah.
rest is just thriller.
Well, anytime they're playing werewolf, that's super horror movie shit.
Yeah, I was scared the whole time, dude.
I mean, it's dark and it's unsettling. And
But
you
I'm,
don't know.
but I'm
You
a
can
big
only,
puss.
Yeah,
but you only could see like 5 fucking inches. Like there's so much that could happen.
yeah.
I like the way they did the light though, like how the flashlight was on, but then also the phone was illuminating themselves.
Yeah, they had that shit turned up bright as fuck.
But I also
Yeah.
like too was like they didn't really give you the layout of the house, so like you're kind of like you really didn't know. Like it's not like I was like, oh, they're gonna
Dude,
go
there was
here.
There was like 8 stairs in this house or some shit.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
It's like,
But it's like because like as B was discovering stuff, you were also discovering stuff. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
My favorite part has to be how they use real world pictures of Pete Davidson for the pictures in the
Nuh-uh.
house. No, I do love that though. The set design was fantastic in this movie. This
Yeah.
house felt lived in, which was cool. But no, I think the dialogue's really funny. This is probably one of the funniest movies of the year for sure. This movie was hilarious. The acting was really good. Everything that had to do with the actors was fantastic. They acted
they
the
were
scenes
great.
really well. Everything was written really well.
Mhm.
They did the best with like the fight choreography that they had, right? Throwing Jordan over the banister was awesome. And then her still being alive was like, all the acting was great. I think the acting has to be top on my list for favorite stuff. James, what was your least favorite?
I don't know. I don't really have like as I was watching the movie, there wasn't too much where I was like, oh, I don't really like this. Like overall, I pretty much liked everything. There may be some nitpicks, but nothing that comes to mind right now.
Eric?
I think that still the ending, but like it's more like
Where's Ghostface?
yeah, but it's more like because then it's depressing because then they're all monsters.
Yeah. I mean, that shit is mad depressing, dude.
Yeah.
I think my least favorite part was my movie going experience. It
Damn.
really shit on the movie for me. And I mean the editing kind of threw me off. When they're playing werewolf, I didn't like that. We're kind of omnipotent almost, and then other times we're following B only. It was just really weird. Some of the editing was really weird, but I mean, they clearly liked the movie the way that it was. So who the fuck am I to critique their editing?
I wonder why the audience
Scores
is rating it.
is low.
Its
Lower than critics.
Metacritic score is low too. I think people are just expecting it to be more of a
Slasher
maybe
movie.
a slasher.
Slasher.
Yeah, they're not expecting it to
and
be
not real.
Yeah, they're not expecting it to be a fucking Twilight Zone episode is the problem.
Yeah.
So they're like, what the fuck?
Because I
Um,
think
why
it's
are they-
even
why
better
are they
that,
making
like-
fun of my feelings?
Yeah.
Because I think the fact that they did what they did makes it great. If they would have made it like someone's a killer or Max was the killer, I think it would have been like, oh, so everything they set up, all the, just awareness of the movie doesn't really mean anything.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, but only for this movie. Like,
Mhm.
I think they could have rewritten it a little bit and had it be an actual slasher movie.
I
and it
mean,
would've been really
yeah,
good.
sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
I think
mind
these-
an A24 slasher movie. I think that'd be
But even
dope. Other than
with
X,
these-
I guess.
with these characters and like it rewritten in that form, I still would have enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But like not just changing the ending and slapping like, oh, it's Max on the end.
Yeah, that'd have been weird. It'd have been like,
Yeah.
yee.
I half expected them to go outside and like Pete's body was gone or some shit.
Dude, oh man, how cool would that have been if Pete's body was just missing and they're like, wait, how the fuck did that leave? What happened?
45 minutes of the movie, I thought they were going to go to him and it was going to be fake, his cut throat.
So at first, I thought they were all playing a prank on Sophie. And I thought
Same.
that everybody was dying and they were just
Mhm.
like, oh, we're fucking with you. Eh.
So I also thought that too because there's another movie I've seen that it does something like that.
That's kind of cool though. That like seeing that other movie was like sending you on like a wild goose chase almost.
It was, and then even when they went up to him, and I was like, oh my god, dude, they killed these other people, and Pete's gonna be alive.
And he's like, he was joshing, dude. He's necking.
Yeah, and then you just find out he killed himself, and I was like, oh, that's still cool.
Ah, shit.
Like,
All right, cinema scores. Would we rent it? No.
I think I'm gonna rent it again just to see what the fuck, just to make sure. I'm gonna do a timeline of shit,
You're not.
just so I know.
You're not gonna wait the 12 years for it to come to HBO Max or whatever.
I might do the goddamn movie room that A24 does.
it's so quick to the movie
Reading
that
room.
I wonder like what parts we're kind of rearranging in our heads.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on, and also, you know, I was listening to 15 other people's conversations because I kept blocking out.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Would we buy this movie physically?
Nah.
No.
Maybe in like a A24 box set. I think that'd be cool. But then I'm like throwing discs out all over the place. I might throw this one out on accident. Who knows? Who's
If
to
someone
say?
bought me this, I'd be happy about it.
Yeah, it'd be cool. Would you buy it digitally? No.
Nah.
No.
This
I
is
do want to. No.
It's a streamable movie though. I
I
don't know
want to
if
rewatch it again for sure.
but I don't know if I want to pay for it. That's the only
No.
problem.
If this movie is on like a streaming service like Netflix, HBO Max, or something, I will watch it one more time, and then I can see myself. And I guess we'll get to that question, but watching it with other people again, like because I do really enjoy this movie.
But you got to remember what the question asks.
I know.
And the next one is, would you buy it in the $5 bin at your local establishment? Probably not.
Nah.
Maybe if the
I
case,
might for $5.
maybe if the case is cool, I think that's worth it for $5. Or if it's got the Blu-ray and the digital code, maybe it's $5.
Or if it came with some free glow sticks or some shit.
Yeah, some real weird shit. Now, would you put this on in the background while people are over?
I would.
No.
See, that's like I want to watch this with people, but not like if we're not watching it.
This is background. We're talking, you're just
Yeah.
letting it play in the background.
Nah.
So you're hearing
No.
like, I'm a hot bitch, I'm a hot bitch, I'm a boss bitch, and that's it. And you're doing other things.
Yeah.
You're doing arts and crafts and you're hearing Skeet go, he's not
And
that
you're like,
hot.
huh?
I'm hotter than him. Like,
Yeah.
that's all you get.
Yeah, no, because you need to pay attention to this movie.
Yeah, just like how I wouldn't put Moneyball on in the background, I'm not putting this on in the background either. I want
Yeah.
people to experience it. I might even yell at other people that we're hanging out with if they're talking during the movie. Yo,
Oh,
shut the
shit.
fuck up. Don't be
Get out
those
of my
fucking
house.
don't be
Yeah.
those 13-year-olds at the movie theater, you bitch.
We're about to have bodies in this house if you don't keep it up.
Look,
if you
I got
keep
the-
it up.
I got the shots ready and I'm ready to slap. All right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit you motherfuckers like you lost a slap bet.
I totally would play that game minus the slapping each other, even though I would slap you guys.
No,
That's
the
part of the
slapping
game,
shit
dude.
doesn't go. No. You can play werewolf without hitting each other. I don't like people touching my face. So I really don't like nobody slapping
I'm
my
gonna slap
fucking
your
face.
ass then, dude.
Okay, I'll take a ass slap. Hold on, you didn't say that. You can hit me as hard as you want on my ass, not my face. That shit hurts on your face. I don't want no part of it.
I mean, Pete Davidson punched dude. He didn't even slap
Yeah,
him.
he closed fisted his ass.
Close fist.
Pretty close clock.
And then would you recommend it?
100%.
I would.
Go when nobody else is going, and then yeah, I'll recommend it.
Yeah, go at the 11 a.m. showing.
I guess, man.
But I think
don't know.
everyone should stream this movie. I think it's a very good late night movie to watch.
Yeah, with all the lights turned off and shit like that. Maybe you're
Yeah, make a
alone.
mood.
Maybe during a storm.
Oh, dude, this is a storm movie for sure. Lightning strikes when Skeet is like banging up against the. Oh man, that'd be real cool. That'd be an experience.
It would. Maybe you rent an Airbnb during a storm and you watch this shit.
See, that's
Like,
some, that's some motherfucking
I knew he was gonna
ambiance.
die, like based on the trailer, because it was just like he wasn't in a lot of it. But
Oh,
I'm just
really?
like, yeah, I was trying to figure out when or why.
Oh,
And then when they did the whole
I didn't
hurricane
either.
thing, I was like, when he did the whole like, oh, you know, the waving the machete, and I was like, wait, does this happen at the end of the movie? Like, because I had seen the trailer so much, I was like trying to break it down differently, just because I had seen the trailer like 10 times.
Yeah,
Mm.
that makes sense. All right, ratings. Who's got a good one?
I got a good one.
I give this right now. You know, I reserve the right to change this after I see it in better viewing conditions. But I give this I give this movie 8 glow sticks out of 10.
I give this movie 9.5 lines on a metal platter.
Bro.
Take what you want with those words.
I give this 8 out of 10 minutes of kissing.
Of just nasty. I'm
Just
talking
raw.
raw dogging it. I want to see every inch of that tongue on someone else's tongue, baby.
I'm talking about 3 different fucking camera angles.
Yeah. I want
Anamorphic too.
I
Fuck
want
it.
a drone shot of their tongues licking each other.
Hey, did I give movies 10s though? That's the only thing I'm wondering.
You have given movies 10s, yes.
Okay, is it the movies that
you've given Top Gun 2 a 10.3, Logan a 10, and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse a 10. You've given Little Women 9.5, Train to Busan 9.5, Warrior 9.5, Juno 9.5, The Big Sick 9.5, Don't Look Up 9.5, Coda 9.5, King Richard 9.5, and Everything Everywhere All at Once 9.5, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent 9.5, and Nope 9.5.
Okay, I'm fine with those. Okay, I like
Moneyball. You only gave a 9.
Yeah, but I wasn't
Damn.
using the top of my scale. I wasn't using the 9, 5, 10.
But you did redo these scores and you still only gave it a 9.
But I only recently. I know. But now that I've seen movies,
Wait, what have I
like
given 10s, Joey?
You have.
nothing.
Oh, hold on. Let me. You have given Nope a 10.
Hey.
Logan 9.9, Girls Trip 9.9, Spider-Verse 9.9, Knives Out 9.9, Interstellar 9.9, Oldboy 9.9, Juno 9.9, Coda 9.9, Everything Everywhere All at Once 9.9, Don't Look Up 9.8,
So 10.
The Farewell
Please.
9.5. Nah, I had to give you all of it.
I see. Like, I think now though, like the more we do, the more I'm okay with giving movies 10. And
Brother.
like right now, I'm real reserved.
Who you telling? I give Logan, Girls Trip, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Knives Out, Juno, The Raid, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Nope. Those are all 10s. And then the rest are 9.9. I gave Interstellar a 9.9. I might as well bump that up to a 10. What the fuck would I do? That's just a 10 for me. I love that movie.
I already said all my 9.9s are actually 10s. But we can do that in 50 more episodes or however many.
No, we got 90 more episodes. We got a few years until you're allowed to change those numbers. Homie.
I know. Not the way we're popping out these 2 first. We'll be there before we know it.
Nah, but then we got to take a couple weeks off here and there.
Yeah.
Nah, we're going to take our time. This year we might actually do like 60
maternity
movies.
leave.
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of didn't take a summer break this year.
If the Oscars ends up being individual videos too, instead of like.
They were individual movies last year.
Except for the first one, I think, right?
No, I made them all point episodes, so they all counted.
So just I think it's on the playlist as one big one, like
yeah,
part one.
right.
Or
so
Spotify.
We've technically done 116 movies so far.
It's a lot of movies.
Yeah. And some of them are like the live action shorts, but I count that as one full movie.
Yeah, but we're also going to take like a couple weeks off coming up soon.
A week off?
I mean, only one, yeah.
One.
No, I think
and then it's September, so I guess I'm taking off 2, but we have 3 banks so far, don't we? So you guys are also going to take off 3 eventually.
No, we're only taking
I'm
off
assuming
1.
We're taking off when you're taking off, and then we're coming back.
Right, that's the plan.
So yeah, we're taking off this.
But you know what? That's not what this is about. What this was about was talking about what we rate bodies. And thanks everybody for tuning in on twitch.tv/SoonerLaterTV, YouTube.com at Sooner Later TV, and my personal Facebook account for our review of Bodies. Continue listening and watching and showing your support on all social medias at Sooner Later TV. If you couldn't catch us live on those 3 platforms, don't worry. You can listen to us on all podcasting platforms and watch us again on YouTube. Our episodes are recorded live on Sundays, sometimes maybe Saturdays, and uploaded every Wednesday afternoon now that I've gotten my new laptop. So tune in next week for our review of
a movie.
The double feature
of Orphan. Our next week's review is going to be Orphan. The week after that's going to be Orphan 2. I mean, if you're tuning in live, next week is going to be Orphan 1 and Orphan 2. Yeah. But for those watching on YouTube, you got
for live, you get a double feature.
What?
For live, if you tune in live, it's a double feature.
Yeah, it's a double feature for what seems to be the next 6 months. Fuck it, we're just doubling up. What's it, Matt? We're padding our numbers at this point. Honestly. All right, everybody, we love you guys. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.